Hey everyone, it's Madeline Feierstein with Emerging Civil War. I'm here at the historic Alexandria National Cemetery in Alexandria, Virginia. This was the first national cemetery to be established in the United States in 1862. It houses 3,900 Union soldiers, most of whom perished in Alexandria's wartime hospitals. This cemetery also houses soldiers from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. No new burials are happening at this cemetery. I brought you guys here today to talk about a great project that I'm doing in collaboration with the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. How many soldiers who fought in Gettysburg made their way down here to Alexandria? Were they treated in the hospitals? Did they get captured and paroled here? Or did they discharge or get mustered out of the city? In my research so far, I've uncovered many soldiers who were buried here at the Alexandria National Cemetery, who fought at Gettysburg, who were wounded, or who survived the ordeal. While I was at the Seminary Ridge Museum a few weeks ago, I found some similarities between the city of Gettysburg and the city of Alexandria, such as house confiscation, damages to buildings, and of course, soldier burial. Reunions were also a common topic, as both cities started to hold reunions for the blue and the gray, though here in Alexandria, the lost cause was very prevalent, so mainly the gray. Here's one about the confiscation of the Lutheran Seminary, which has some similarities with confiscation of houses here in Alexandria, Virginia.
Here on the third floor, which is the floor that focuses on this building's use as a hospital, these are several pieces that are in the collection of the Wentz Library across the street here on the campus of United Lutheran Seminary. And on the right-hand side are several images here, cartes de visite, CDVs, from the collection of Martin Luther Stover, who was connected both with the seminary and Pennsylvania College, or Gettysburg College today. The first efforts to get some sort of funding to fix the battle damage here come in the summer of 1863, while there are still patients being treated here. In August 1863, it appears, we're going to see a couple different versions of a damage claim, where Samuel Schmucker, the seminary's founder, still its president at this point in time during the battle and in its aftermath, he's looking for ways to fix the structure and the two homes that occupied the ridge as well at the time. And he'll find, as will so many other people from both private residences as well as institutions, there's just not much money from federal or state funding. So ultimately what the seminary does with a circular like this, there's another version that's published in local newspapers, is they're going to team up with Pennsylvania College, Gettysburg College as we know it today. And they're essentially going to send this out as an appeal letter, just like graduates of colleges and universities today get these appeal letters to provide funding to their alma mater. This has a specific purpose, though. It's to fix this damage that had been caused by fighting here. And ultimately, the seminary and the college will receive quite a lot of money in response. They'll essentially split their earnings roughly down the middle. The college damage was assessed a little bit higher than the seminary damage, so the college gets a little more than 50%, but the seminary will get the modern equivalent, adjusted for inflation, of about $76,000 today to start fixing its battle damage. On that note, it is, I think, really fascinating to consider. There's a correspondent here from the New York Times in 1869, and he talks about how when he visits Gettysburg, he sees that there are all these people who are monopolizing on tourists. They're selling artifacts from the battlefield. But he says there are two locations where you would never know that a battle happened because people are just living their lives, going about their studies. He says one is the college and the other one is the seminary.
Through this collaboration with the Seminary Ridge Museum, I hope to uncover more connections between Gettysburg and Alexandria. How many of these soldiers who are buried here fought at Gettysburg? What are their stories? Where in Gettysburg were they treated? Codie also taught me more about the reunions held at Gettysburg, and this one really fascinated me. Take a listen.
In 1869 is another good example. That's the first attempt at a blue-gray reunion. I say attempt because only 3 Confederate veterans show up, but there are several dozen Union officer veterans who were here as well, and they make this building one of their primary stops on their tour of the first day's battlefield. They basically separate each of the days they're here into touring a different section of the battlefield. The first day that they're here, August 24th, 1869, is to visit the first day's field, and they start their visit at the seminary. When they're coming back 25, 30 years after the battle, this is one of the key places where they convene time and again. Veterans of the 121st Pennsylvania, the 142nd Pennsylvania, the 151st Pennsylvania, 80th New York. These veterans especially, they feel this special bond, a special connection to this site, because though they were pushed from this position, it was sort of their last refuge of July 1st. When their monuments are dedicated in late 1880s, for instance, those monuments are erected out on McPherson Ridge, and we can see a few of them from here, but in their minutes of where they hold these reunions, the days they dedicate those monuments, they always make sure to mention that they made some sustained stop at the Seminary Grove, and they felt a special kinship with this space.
Interested in learning more about this collaboration? Stay tuned for posts on Emerging Civil Wars blog and more videos to come from myself and the Seminary Ridge Museum. This is Madeline Feierstein with Emerging Civil War. We'll see you online and on the battlefield.